I have been going around to different harbors where we're gonna place the sail. Always ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you're very much going to copy what you see, right? Even you're seeing the real scene in the ocean, still ask that question, where we're going to put it. So I kind of like to have a little bit more of the reflection, even though we don't have much in the reference, but we can make it up. And so I don't think I need that much in the top. I can just, the sky is beautiful. I can keep the sky the way it is, but I'm going to have the whole boat going up a bit, okay, like that. So I'm going to have a little bit more room at the bottom over here for the reflection. So here, and then the top of the mast would be there. And I'm thinking about the left side and the right side, what I'm going to do. And it's okay to move a little bit more toward the right side, so you're gonna have a little bit more room for the water over here, right? The movement. And then there's a little boat over there. We maybe move a little bit closer over here. So that's the idea, right? So let's do a little sketch, and then we're gonna get into the big wash and eventually get into the detail of the boats later. Okay. So I'm going to use this, the little brush, just a little bit blue color. That will be fine. Okay, that's good. Like that. Doesn't need to be very, very dark. So let's take a look. And if this is the idea, move a little bit to the right. So we're gonna do that maybe a little bit higher for the reflection, like that. This is good. So I'm gonna put the mark over here, right there, and all the way down. I'm not sure you see it because it looks like a little bit over bright light. So I'm gonna do that. Take a look at over here. So make sure it's not really the contrast a little bit too much. So it may be that a little bit better. So yeah, it looks like you already see the line. So this is good, right? So this is coming down over here, and then we're gonna have the boat. The bottom of the boat is right here, like this. And take a look at that, and proportionally, the front over there, and then it looks like a triangle, right? So here it would be the end of the boat. That's good. So we can actually draw those lines, draw the shape over here. That's fine. Just keep it a little bit more like that. So this is good. And then there's the sail over here. The sail is still low, right over here, like that. And just a couple of days ago, I was in a place in Massachusetts. It's beautiful. It's called Marblehead, and I spent a day with colleagues in the college, and have a little picnic over there, and then also have pretty good fun sketch together of all their boats on the harbor. So this is kind of very common look of the boat. Okay, like that. This is good. There will be another line over here all the way, seeing all the way down over here to the front. Okay, it will be like this. And if this line can be straight, and that will be wonderful, right? And all right, so the big shape is already there. Now let's take a look at the horizon line, right? The horizon line that we're going to have it there, we're going to lower the horizon line. And let's make it lower a little bit. That's okay, right? And take a look at that and keep that horizontal. And is that horizontal? Very much is, right? It's the same distance, isn't it? Okay, take a look. Same distance, isn't it? Okay, a little bit higher. Right over there. So it's good. Okay, that's good. Right there. So I want to soften a little bit. I don't want it to be so jump out. But this is important. At least this help your mind to memorize what that would be. Right, this is good. So the horizon line a little bit lower, and I'm going to have a little mark over here too, like seen here. So if you have any questions or want to stop me for a conversation, just do it. Okay, I'm going to have the line over here. You can have a little bit more the dry brush if you want to, like that, coming over here. And then also important, let's put a little bit, okay, put a little bit reflection over here, like that. This is good. Keep some light shape in between. Okay, that's good, like that. And if we have that line over there, and this the reflection of the line, make sure it's very much like vertical, like that. It coming down over here, and there's a person standing over here, and then would be right there. So right now, just for the idea, so making sure, and there's another person over there, so it's gonna be the color over here. Okay, here you go. It's pretty good. Yep. And this line, it will be here, like that, or very soft, this line. Okay, and there's also some are a little bit more, see a little bit more darker because of the water texture. Okay, like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. That we talk about the boats on this side. I'm gonna take a look at the balance. So if we have that, the boats would be probably here, like that. And right now it's still very wet. I just put a little color over there. That will be fine. Maybe let go a little bit. Look at that. That's the idea. Now is the good time to start from the sky, right? How we're gonna do the sky? We try to do that like one time, if that's possible. So for that, I don't usually wet the paper, but in this case, I would wet the paper because I want to have a very soft edges between the cloud and the sky. Just apply the water. I have the paper like about 10 degrees up, so it would have a very continuous wet into wet blending coming down all the way to the water here. That's good. I'm going to wet it all the way down, and those mark is very much already dry, right? And when you are painting outside, also aware of that too, that can dry very, very quick in the summer day outdoor. In that case, you might want to have a water bottle to the spray bottle. So you keep spray the paper to keep it wet. Okay, this is good enough. The top over here. Very nice. So let's take a look, and there will be some little bit orange color in the cloud. So in that case, we could put the orange color, but if we put the blue color, it would feel like the white area would feel like a little bit orange already. So let's do that little yellow, a little tiny yellow over here. And it's kind of interesting if you are not looking at the color and comparing the color, you always feel like you don't really see the orange color in the light. But if you're looking at the light and shadow, eventually you're going to see the difference. Okay, I'm going to have some a little bit over here. Just use the corner of this brush like that. And just a little bit this is good, right? Can you see it? A little bit warm color. And on this side, it would be a little bit darker, warm color, because of the cloud accepting more of the warm light. Okay, then I'm gonna directly take, I'm not gonna take the blue much. Okay, I'm gonna just take a little yellow with this. So I'm gonna see a little bit more of the cloud over here like that. Yeah, this is good. Like that, and going down over here, the bottom over here. And this is good. It's gonna be fun. I know that it's gonna be challenge somehow. And when you do the wet into wet. But if you're afraid of it, and it's gonna be difficult to do it the way you want it. So, all right, I'm gonna keep it the warm color all the way down to the water. Okay, that's good. Down over here a little bit too dry. I'm gonna be just wet that over here. Let it continue. Okay, this is good. Okay, now we're going to start have the blue color. The blue color very much the green shade blue color, except the top have a little bit more red shade. Feel a little bit more red shade. Just use the corner of this. Just take a little bit red shade blue color. A little bit. Okay, this is good. All right. Just making sure your brush, the colors is very consistent. And that's just good. Now I'm going to start over here. And, okay, here you go. Like that. And here we go. This is good. Like that. I'm going to take a little bit of water. Okay, going down as it gets a little bit lighter and lighter. Okay. All right. I know this. You have to take the risk, and this is not much about risk. It's about you have to trust everything will be fine, even though it may not be the way you want it. I'm going to take a little bit of water. Now I'm going to have a little bit lighter coming down over here. Now here you go. Now I'm going to, ooh, the brush still have lots of blue. Now I'm going to just push the color all the way over here and move that a little bit over there. And then here you go. That coming over here. Can be interesting. I'm going to clean the brush. Now down over here. Doesn't have much blue. Coming down almost to the water. Like that. That's fine. Now get down to the water over here. And now get back to the top over there. And I'm going to clean my brush. Okay. Just use the water to clean it. Remove it. Now what I'm going to do. I'm not introducing any too much wet or paint. I'm just going to remove some of the paint and clean the brush again. And then coming over here, I'm going to just move the paint and be sure that you're not introduce more wet into this. You actually lift up the color. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to move that up a little bit. And here you go. Try to do only the minimum. Okay, this is good. A little bit coming over, and then I'm going to just leave it up. Okay, make sure the brush is dry as possible. So if you introduce the water into the wet area, it's going to look very, very funky. So lots of texture. I'm going to remove a little bit more over here. So that's okay. That's good. And take a look at that. I'm going to remove a little bit over here. I'm going to introduce a little bit lighter shape. Okay, that's good. squint your eyes so you can see the connection. This is good. I'm gonna have a little bit moving in over here. You just remove the paint. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit light over here too. Okay, that's good. And maybe a little bit over here. Drag a little bit. More you're removing the color, it would make the space look dry. So you don't want to do it make it feeling dry. If you make it feeling dry, it's not gonna be good, because the sky need to be soft and look distant. Okay, that's just good. I'm gonna have a little bit, lift up a little bit over here. That's good. Make that a little bit like cloud. I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter too. You can see me actually keep clean the brush, keep using this 2 finger, keep taking away as much wet as possible. Like that. Alright, I think the sky is not exactly look like the reference, but could be even better. Okay.
Young, how did you avoid green from happening?
Oh, you just not have the yellow and with the blue directly mixed together. That's very, very crucial, because the yellow over here is already kind of dry. You will see that when it bleed together, it will look green, right? So to avoid that 2 colors actually connected together. Now I'm get a little bit too close to the limit, but I don't like this is a little bit narrow. So I do want to remove a little bit over here, and also the top over there. And if you think that the area need to be have yellow and the blue, but don't get the yellow and the blue connected together. Get the red first, mixed with the blue, and then add the yellow. Continue, so that it would feel like green. And now this is good. The sky look kind of interesting for now, and we should not do too much, and it's going to look very textured. Now I'm going to get in down to the bottom over here, have a little bit, and the blue color, get down to the ocean. Over here, get a little bit texture. Okay, here we go. This is the give a little bit suggestions of the top of the water, the horizon. That's good. Like that. Keep a little texture for the water. Look at that. That's good. All right, so the water have enough blue and the texture, and I like over here have some light shade. That would be great. And like that. And this is already suggested. That could be the top of the water, and you don't have to have that very, very clear. So you can have a little bit suggestions. That should be good enough. Like that. A little bit suggestions. That's the top of the water. That's the horizon. Okay, here we go. And after this dry, like that, I can remove the color, or maybe I would like the color, keep it there if you want to. But after the whole paper dry for this round, and then you can actually remove the color by using lifting after it dries. Okay. So this is pretty good. I'm going to keep it a couple minutes to let it dry. If you're painting the outdoor, this is very much instant. Like outside is like a 90-degree Fahrenheit. It will be immediately dry already. But if you're indoor, just keep it 10-15 minutes. It will dry too. So now I'm going to coming back to do one more round before I go into the boat. This is very important. Give it enough time and patience.
When you use the hair dryer, does it make the colors lighter or does it change the color?
It would always lighter after the computer, after the watercolor dry, after the watercolor paint dry, it always get lighter. But whether or not it's lighter than it naturally
I don't know what happened to
dry
the voice.
is based on the color that you use. If you use professional grade color, it should be not too much difference. Because if the pigment is not really that good, it would actually change color too. It can fade away very quickly. Hi.
So when using the hair dryer, it will fade a little bit?
Well, in my case, it's not much.
Okay.
But it depends on if you use the good quality paint, it should be not too much difference. Now I'm coming back to here to have a little bit adjusting to the background. And if you're doing that, when it is still wet and the water, it will be making that texture uncontrollable. So I can just use a lot of water, just soften it. Like over here, there's a little bit, suddenly too much blue. I can soften a little bit. And I can also wet the paper another time. Like that. And some of the texture you don't want. And after you do this, you're going to feel like, oh, the paper get too much texture. In that case, you can add the new blue color into it to have a little bit softer. Okay. Like that. This is okay. There's a little bit too much yellow color over here. Okay. I think this is good. It's a lot smoother already. Now coming down over here, this is definitely a little bit too much orange color. So I'm going to just use the clean water. Okay. Just remove that. Very easy. I found that this brush is very good for us to remove the paint. And yesterday, there's a new member asked about, I love the brushes that you use, but can you suggest some conventional brushes? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. If you ask me to suggest the brushes, because I'm still in love with this set of brushes. So if you want to have other brushes outside the two brushes that I use, and I do have like lots of brushes in my collection. Just any round brushes and 1 or 2 inches flat brush, it would be good. So you can take care of the large while you are working on wet into wet. Okay, this is good. And you see that down over here? That is very smooth over here already. So when you're looking back to so making sure I like to that the second round, I make sure that I have it all wet again so that the texture is not going to be look very because of somewhere it's wet, they would push the color to the edge of the wet area. So if you don't want that, you can wet the whole thing. Okay, this is good. Now I can actually have a little bit blue over here. Now take a look over here. I'm gonna have this a little bit blue coming in here. You can have another blue layer like that coming down over here. This is good because the whole paper wet again, so it will be pretty smooth. That's good. I have this area. I'm gonna even have this area a little bit. A light blue color like that. Now, this is good. I like that. Already. Let's see anything we want to do. That's good. So if we want to further define what is the top of the water, we can do that after they're dry. All right. Any questions? Now I'm gonna hit
If
this.
you wanted to go and put some more, like a little bit of orange into the top there, would it be better to do it when it's dry to do that?
Can you say one more time?
At the top there, on the left side there at the top, it seems like it might have a little bit more orange in the cloud. Could you let it dry and then go back?
No, if you want to have this a little bit dimmer, you would definitely going to do it right now. We can try it, but I'm happy with the way it is. But if you want to have a little bit more, like this is the front, this is the back, and then you can have a little bit tiny red.
Yeah.
And you can have a little bit tiny red. And you can put that right in here. You can see that. And you better do it a little bit more wet. So now it gets a little bit recessed into the background.
That looks good.
Okay. And the same thing over here if you want. But I think that I have enough over here. So I'm going to maybe have a little bit tiny into here.
Right in there.
So when you use the flat brush, it actually is going to make it a little bit more controllable to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Give it a more smoother look.
Yeah. A lot better. Like that. Okay, I'm going to also use this color at the bottom over here. When you have the red with the blue, it always feels a little bit less bright. And I'm going to just use this a little red on the top over here. Like that, almost like a gray color. I'm gonna have this maybe here. Here we go. Maybe a little bit tiny blue. Like that. Okay. Like that. This is good. Maybe too much red. I'm gonna just wash it off a little bit. Okay, coming onto this side. Wet into wet is very interesting, as is give it to watercolors. For watercolor is a special technique dedicated only for watercolor. Okay, other medium, not much use of the wet into wet. And so take the advantage of that. So I'm gonna turn around the brush. So making sure I'm seeing that where the edge, they're probably good enough already. I'm gonna have a little bit over here, and this is also in a little bit distance. It's I have a little bit grayish, like a kind of colors, not really that bright, and actually making it feel like a more in the distance. Okay, this is good, like that. And then after that dry, and then we're gonna come back to taking care of the boat. The background is the big part of this painting. So when you have that, looks good, is the half the mission or the accomplished. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit longer and it fully dry, and then I come back to do the texture at the front and then the boat. Now I'm gonna just paint the body of the boat. And take a look at squint the eye to see what kind of blue color it is. Like take the blue. If it's not really that bright, the next color you immediately go to is the red. And you see that this color is already less bright. And that would be good. This is the right color. So I'm going to take a look at. And
wait, which blue are you using?
This is the green shade. Blue color. I'm gonna have that over here, and then take a look at this dimension of the boat. Take a look at the angle. Okay, that's good. Like that. Okay, that's the front right over here. Okay, that's good. It's not completely dry, but that's just fine. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's the one dimension, the biggest side. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna have this side a little bit different color, a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna wait until the edge a little bit dry before I go into that. Otherwise, it will be all merged together. If you want that, reserve that little bit more clean edge. Now I'm gonna have a little bit tiny lighter color at the top over here. I'm gonna have a little bit water and a little bit brighter. That's good. That's good. Right there. You can have a little bit edge, a little bit lighter. That will be fine. The top over here have a little bit more gray color. So I'm gonna have a little bit more red. So again, just between these two colors. Here we go. That's, you can see this shape. Okay, that's good. The bottom over here have a little bit more red. So that's good. Like that. And or other shape over there. But let's not get into the detail a little bit too quick. Just get the overall little bit sense of color over there, a little bit lighter. Think about how light, how dark that color would be, as well as how to mix that color. How much blue, how much red, how much yellow, right? Like that. This is good. And there's the person over here. Okay, right there. Okay, and then a little bit more brownish color. So I'm going to have a little bit tiny more red, have a little bit tiny yellow, and that's it. If you still have any issues of the mixing the colors, do a little bit more exercise. It's very easy. It's just a matter of a few days. You can have very good confidence if you're following the method, the thinking, how to think, how to find what is when you have a little bit more blue, when you have a little bit more yellow, and see the dark and light color. So here we go. This just tip a little color in, and also have a little bit, very much the same color over here. Have a little bit shape over here. Okay, for now this is good. I'm going to have a little bit brighter blue color for the body of this person. I'm going to add that in here. Let's see. Over there. That's good. And the head. That's good. And have a little bit darker color. Just the blue and the red will become pretty dark color. That's good. And by thinking about only the three primary color, really simplified your thinking. Okay, that's good. That. And then the head over here. Alright, this is pretty good. And there's a guy sitting over here enjoying the scene. That making the painting have lots of interesting details to look for. Okay, let's wait a little bit, let it dry before we go further. Right? Okay, we come back to the bowl in the bed, but at this point, we're going to have a little bit darker color under at the bottom over here. Now here we go. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit darker, and here we go. Go through over here. Take a one brush stroke. If you can do that, that's just good. Coming a little bit higher, and then we're gonna have a little bit reflection. See that? Be patient. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna have a little bit dry brush, knowing when, right? If you want to have really dry, you can use the tissues to take away some. So I'm gonna do that right here, like that. Here we go, like that, coming over. And we're gonna keep that little bit gap over there. That's good. See that, the dry brush. Wonderful. And so we already have that person in here. That's good. Have it even a little bit darker. So in that case, you see when it makes a little bit darker color, just between the red and the blue color. And also you can see me, like sometimes I don't want that much water in the brush. Just make sure you control it, how much the water that you want in the brush, okay? And if it's not the correct combinations, don't just paint. Just make sure that you are control that before you go further. Okay, that's good. That's good. And other things we can do a little bit later. We need to have that mask to finish before we do the reflection. Right? Okay, this is good. The boat over here. Now let's just get away from the boat just for a moment. And over here, actually we'll do a little bit controlling. Let's over here. Let's lift up a little bit. That's a little bit too much. Just let go of that. Just lift it up. We come back to reshape that in a bit. Right? Everything controllable. If you're comfortable with the technique, and you're gonna be fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna shape the brush. Not every brush. You can try it other round brushes, and they just don't stay. It's just not like a molded in the way that you want it, and all the time. So take a little bit blue color, and here you go. Now I'm going to have some, careful, the paper is not smooth, so it may not be, it's a little wavy, so like that. I'm going to have a few texture like that over here. Okay, give a little bit. See that there's a little bit going through. And even better, at this point, I'm going to use the flat brush. I'm going to further clean this a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. Use this brush. They're here a lot thicker, a lot easier. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of this blue color. Okay, open up the brush a bit more. Okay, now I'm going to come into the front over here. Have some dry brush going through this. And so if you don't like it, you can always come back to refix it. I'm going to show you how to refix it. So I'm going to have this a little bit go through like that. That's good. Coming over here, there is some dry brush over here. I'm going to just use the corner of this like that. So it's not the whole brush, just like 1/3 of the brush here. Okay, like that. All right. Okay. All right, this is good. Okay, have a little bit in the middle over here. All right. I'm not sure that how much suggestions I need to give it to here. I may not much, maybe nothing. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit over here. Make sure it's a horizontal. Okay, like that. This is good. All right. Now I'm gonna come in over here, the same level. Okay, that's good. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, we do need some texture over here, so like that. Now the next thing I'm gonna wet the brush. I'm gonna remove if there's too much texture. Now you can remove it. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now over here, I'm gonna remove and have some little bit lighter gap. Like that. So this is organized that a little bit better. A lot better. That's good. And the same thing that we did in the sky. You can just lift it up. I do like that. Feel a little bit more like the water, a little bit more unease. And I like that a little bit better. Feel like the water a little bit more. A little bit more violent. So this should be fine. I keep it like that. Right. Sometimes to inspire you, your own process, discover some of the thing that you actually, oh, I like that. I want to keep it, right? In that case, that's just your chance. It's called happy accidents. I'm gonna have a little bit blue with the red together. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to look at the brush. It's still very dry. Now this is good. Now I'm gonna put that over here. Okay, here we go. There's a one line. That's good. And like that. All right, this is good. I'm gonna make the brush a little bit drier, less paint. Just take a little bit water, the blue over here, but not too much water in the brush. Now I'm gonna have this. Here you go, like that, showing the water. That's good. And here you go, show a little bit the wave. There you go, that's good. Okay, that's kind of interesting, but we do want to have a little bit more higher over here. Like that, a little bit higher. Like that, this is good. Look at it again. Maybe even higher. like that. That's good. Okay, now we can use a little bit blue. Tiny more blue. Here you go. Here you go, like that. Make it a little bit softer. And if this is not the way you want it, you can also further develop it, fix it the way you want. Okay, here we go. But keep your mind open. You maybe have something unexpected, but unexpected and also good, better than what you expected it. In that case, you need to be recognize that and then keep it. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to come back to the flat brush. Here we go. I'm going to make that a little bit lighter. You can see that? Very easy. Make that a little bit lighter. Like that too. I see something very, very interesting. And this is a little bit, the group, a little bit too much. So I'm going to light it up over here to break the group a little bit. But I do like that shape. It's very interesting. I'm going to have this too, a little bit lighter. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. The speed of the boat go faster. I'm going to have this a little bit, break it a little bit more. Nice. That's good. Look at that. Okay. So watercolor also always have some unexpected things. It's very interesting. Now I'm going to coming back here in a bit. Before I go away from here, I want to have a few lines over here because I don't want there's lots of texture and they suddenly have no texture. So I'm gonna have just a few lines like that. Okay, I need to have this lighter. Like that, that's just good. All right, a little bit over here too. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to come to here to have a little bit brighter blue color. Here you go. Now just the back. Now you can see is because this side's already dry, so it's very easy to create a very clean dimension. That's good. That's beautiful. And now this is not ready. We're gonna come back to that in a bit later. Now I'm gonna continue develop a little bit deeper color at the bottom over here. Oh, that's is all the breaking that we don't want to have it too much like that. This is fine. So we're gonna reshape that at the bottom over here. This is fine. Gonna let that dry before we're coming back to that. Now let's develop the line from here. That is a very critical line. So any suggestions that we can do it clean and straight. Let's see. So I need to hold my breath. And I don't think there's maybe too dark. I don't want that too clear. So here we go. a little bit tiny lighter. I'm going to stand up and hold my breath. I'm going to keep going from here. Oh, successful. That's good. Over here. That's good. Now we're going to have another line coming down here, from here to the front. And look through the whole direction. And I'm going to do that. Okay, not too bad. Not perfect, but it's okay. And like that, and then have some of the thin line. Okay, try it. Have some faith. It'll be fine. Okay, that's good. And the loss of thin line. We can come back to that in a bit. And oh, maybe since it's still wet, now I'm going to get a little bit tiny darker. And okay, here we go. And second round, that's good. Okay, get a little bit tiny thicker. Okay, pretty good. All the way down over here. Okay, now I'm going to set that sail. Here we go. Right here. Here you go, like this. And painting around this guide. Here we go, that's good. And then a little bit lighter blue. Like that. Have curl up a little bit over here. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to do this. That's another shape. Okay. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to have some very thin line. Okay, it's good. Very thin. And you can do it. So if you want to practice more of controlling the brush, we have a club, Catrins. We'd be happy to see you in every Wednesday in their Chinese Brush Club. And have fun with that. And I'm gonna have a little bit red and connect it to the bottom over here. Okay, that's good. And now the rest become a lot easier and easier. I'm going to come back over here to have a little bit tiny more blue. Here we go. I'm have a little bit blue over here. Like that, one shape. Like that. Here we go. Another shape over here. That's good. This is getting a little bit drier. That's good. Coming to the bottom over here. That's good. And some dry brush over here too. Some dry brush drawn. Like that. Perfect. And this, the whole side, the back over here, we can have a little bit darker. Okay, like that. But we don't have to have it too much wet coming down to the bottom. Like that. That's just fine. Alright. And now is a good time to finish the reflection. Here you go. Like that. You got this a little bit coming over here. Like that. It will be all the way down over here. Perfect, right? Ooh, I like it. And then coming over here, there's the person over there. Okay, some dry brush like that. So a little wiki curve stroke. And here you go. There's another shape. I'm going to also show you how to create the feeling of the texture. Some are smoother, some are a little bit more by using the flat brush. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get that a few more lines over here. All right, that's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. And now the leftover, just some little bit detail to the boat. Before we going back to that, I'm gonna have a little bit more like a gray color. Just this color a little bit more gray. And I'm gonna come in over here to put this sailboat right over here. Take a look at the balance. What is to be good. That's good. Just a little bit kind of triangle. Okay, now I'm gonna have that a little bit tiny lighter on the sail. That's good. Okay, have a little bit, very tiny reflection, not much. Like that. And then we're gonna put a little big boat over here. Very tiny. A little bit kind of gray. And think about how dark that's supposed to be. Right, so here you go. Okay, that's good. Wonderful. Like that. Have another one more over here. And a little distance. Okay. Okay, a little bit smaller too. So this is good. Maybe one more. You can always change your mind. Okay, one more over here. And one more over here. A little bit distance. And this one, maybe have a little sails. Like that. Okay, that's good. I'm not too sure. I feel like there should be something over here too. And that should be very tiny. So any mark that you put on the paper, it always becomes suggestions. Okay, this is good. Now I come back over here, take a look at now there little boats, the little details. So here we go. Now I'm going to come here with the red, a little bit blue. That's only the green shade, the blue color. Okay, here you go. Now coming over here, come back. Again, there's the little head. Okay, so look like he is the captain. Okay, that's good. Coming down over here, this is good. We have that, and the little bit detail. There's a little bit detail over here, and a couple line, and here you go. Some of a little bit shape on the top over here too, like that, coming over. That's good. We don't have to make it very, very clear. That's good. And the front over here, we're gonna have a little bit more like a red, warm color right here. That's good enough. That's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit window on the boat. Have a couple windows over here. Two windows. And also have a little bit over here, a little bit window over here too. This is make it a lot more interesting to think about. This is still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna avoid that. Come back in a bit. So I'm gonna have a little bit line crossover like that. Now maybe the good time for the tip of the brush. This is good right there. Right there. Like that. This is good. So a little bit thin line, a little details. Here you go. This is good. And some thin line, small line. We're gonna continue to dress it to finish it up. Now I'm going to have this gradually lead it to the rest of the boat like that. Now see the tip, beautiful. Now I'm going to come in over here, even make this a little bit tiny more darker, because continue with that. Okay, this is good. Now all right, now I'm going to have a little bit tiny more shape over here, a little bit more clear. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to take a look at I'm going to have some dry brush like this. I'm going to have this, and from here all the way cross over. That's good. We're going to have the wet flat brush. We're going to control a little bit better of this. So I'm going to have that, a little bit dry brush going through over here. That's good. And over here too. I'm going to have a little bit more blue. Okay, a little bit more blue. I'm going to make this a little bit more soft and a little bit blue shape. See that? That's just good. Connect that over. Here we go. That's connected. And this over here too. And connect that with some line. Okay, that's interesting. And this connected over here too. I have been writing a book about my artistic journey, sharing my story, how I came to the US as an immigrant and worked my way up to be a professional artist and professor. If you're interested, come to yongchenart.com and read some of my stories. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright, now I'm going to use this flat brush. I'm going to have a little bit reddish color, so a little bit gray. I'm going to have this, see this, a little bit more softer texture. I'm going to have this, organize that, a little bit softer texture. Also, less clear those lines. Like this. This is good over here too. And now we can come back to do even a little bit more suggestions of those reflection line. Can be a little bit clear and darker. Okay, that's the reflection. Look a lot better. Now we're gonna finish that. Those are line, very thin line. Now I'm gonna. The thin line is not really that clear, so we don't have to make it very dark. So light is good. So it's very important that they draw the line from one go to the other side. So practice that a little bit before you start it. Okay, over here. And making sure it's thin enough, sharp and thin. Okay, here we go. That over there. And here we go. Okay, if that's good. Okay. Study the line and see where the line going. Okay, here we go. Coming all the way down over here. And it's important. You might have to hold your breath. That's good. That's good. A little bit tiny more. Few more lines over here. And here you go. That's good. So the top over there have line. It looks like an antenna. And here you go. From here all the way as a line to the top. And if you don't like a line, just soften it. That'll be fine. And then after you dry it, you can do it again. And just don't be afraid of, oh, watercolor, it can change. No, it's, in fact, if the timing is right, you can change. I'll be fine. Okay. Like that. Couple more line coming down over here. And couple more line coming up over here. And the line pointing to those connectors. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the boat again. Okay, I'm gonna have that a little bit dark over there. And make the window a little bit more bigger. And a little bit mark over here. And then a little bit darker shape. Okay, a little bit darker shape. Right at the bottom over here. That's good. And now coming back to the reflection. Now here we go. Now I'm gonna have a little bit red mixed into that. Okay, too much blue. Gonna have a little bit tiny red. That's just good. and not so dark. I'm gonna let go some of them. This is good. Now coming back here. Now this is very important. That's good. Now coming over here. Look at it again. Alright, that's good. That's the wiggle line like that. That's good. Very good. And the water very interesting already. I'm gonna have a little bit more texture over here. You see that there's lots of texture wave. Okay, like that. Okay. That's good. Now look at it. This, we're missing something. We're gonna have a little bit darker over here too. We're gonna have a little bit darker at the tip over here. And we're gonna have a little bit soft color over here too. Okay, need to have a little bit water. Can have a little bit more like a blur feeling. Okay, like that. Here you go. Okay, that's good. A couple straight line over here. A couple line. Ah, this is good. And I'm gonna have this guy's shirt just a little bit tiny brighter. Okay, that's good. Maybe just the top. Okay, like that. I hide his another arm. Just like this. Oh, beautiful. That's good. Maybe a little bit tiny darker over here, but very much your painting can be finished now.